welcome back to Codera. Today in this video, we'll discuss the problem A, that is stable arrangement of rooks from the latest Codeforces round Hello 2022, which was rated for Division 1 as well as Division 2. So the problem says that you have a chessboard which is of size n cross n and you have been given k rooks. So rows of this chessboard are numbered by integers from 1 to n from top to bottom and 1 to n from left to right as well. So the cell xy denotes that the particular cell x comma y denotes that it is the xth row and the yth column, right? The arrangement of the rooks on this board is called good if no rook is beaten by another rook. A rook beats all other rooks, all the rooks that share the same row or the column with it. What does it mean? That let's say if we talk about a chessboard like this, let me draw it. Let's say we are talking about a chessboard of size 3 cross 3. So in that let's say 4 cross 4, right? So in this case what can happen, let's say if I have a rook somewhere here, so in that case if there is some rook which is sharing the same row or the same column with this particular rook, let's say if there was any rook, there was a rook somewhere here, so in this case this rook, this white rook will get beaten by this yellow rook because it is sharing the same, right, same row in this case, right? And what is written after that? So the good arrangements of rook on this board is called not stable. So the good arrangement, like arrangements will be good, but it is called not stable if it is possible to move one rook to the adjacent cell, so that arrangement becomes not good. Otherwise the arrangement is good. Now this statement is pretty much confusing, but I'll let you know by taking some examples. Like if you can see in this case, like this case, let's take a look at this case that has been given to us. So if we talk about this case where we have a chessboard of size 4 cross 4, right? So we have this chessboard 1 2 3 and 4 and this, right? So if we have something like this, so in that case if we have been given, suppose like in this case 1 this and this, right? So if we have been given the rooks, one is here, another one is here and another one is here, right? So in this case if you will observe, so this seems what, for this particular rook there is no other rook in this particular row in this particular column, so you can say okay, it's okay. For this particular rook there is no other rook in this particular row and in this particular column, right? For this third rook there is no rook in this particular row and in this particular column, so you'll say okay, fine, then it must be stable. But that is not the case, because if let's say you move this rook to one towards the right and this rook becomes here, so in that case this rook is sharing a column with this rook, right? So this rook will beat this rook. So that is why if you take one step towards the adjacent cells, like top down left and right, so in that case if it takes a step towards the right, so in that case you will lose, right? So it's not stable. Let's take another scenario. Let's say that if this rook moves instead of moving there, instead of moving towards the right, it moves down. So if it moves down, so in that case what would happen? You can see that this first rook will get beaten by the third rook, right? Why? Because it is sharing the same row in this case with the third rook. Now what can happen if you talk about the second rook? So if this moves to this side, right, if it moves towards the left, so in that case you can see that it will share with the first, it will share the same column with the first rook, so that is why it will lose. Now another situation can be if you will see this third rook, so if it moves up, if it moves to this one, so in that case it will be sharing the same row, so that is why it will again fail, right? And similarly you can try a lot of combinations. So how can you make it stable? That is the case. So if let's suppose that the size was 1 cross 1, that is n was equal to 1, so in that case there will be only one cell, right? So if there is only one cell, so I can say there will be a rook, right? There will be a rook. If there are, what if the n size is 2? So if my n is equal to 2, because notice that the board size will be was n cross n, so if it is of size 2, so what can happen? If it is of size 2, in that case I can place, let's say, a rook here at 1 comma 1. Then can I place a rook here? No. Can I place a rook here? No. But what if I place a rook here? If I place a rook here, so in that case you will say that okay, this seems perfect. But the thing is, the question has said that whether it is stable or not. This seems perfect, but if you move this rook this side by 1, towards the left, right, that is towards the adjacent cell, that is towards the left or right or top or bottom, towards the adjacent connected cells. So you can see that if you move this R to here, so in that case it will share the same column. That is why this will fail. So in this case, if the size is n is equal to 2, so for a 2 cross 2 grid or 2 cross 2 chessboard, there will be only one rook possible, right? One rook possible. Now let's talk about the third case. And in the third case, what can happen is, let's say we are having 3 cross 3 board, right? 1 2 3, like this, something like this. So in this case, what we could do is we can have an R here, right? We know that we cannot have any R here, or here, right? We cannot have. So that is why we'll be having dots in this parts, right? We'll have dots, and wherever we'll be having rooks, we'll be representing it by R. So can we have a rook here? No, because earlier we saw in the case of 2 cross 2 that if we keep an R here, so if it moves up or if it moves towards the left, in that case it will collide, it will be defeated by the first rook, right? So that is why we cannot do it. So what can we do further? So that is why we cannot keep any rook here as well. Can we keep a rook here? If we keep a rook here, so you can try to see whether it works or not. But one thing that I am sure about is that what if I keep a rook somewhere here? What if I keep a rook here? If I keep a rook R here, that is, this is dot, this is also dot. So in that case, if I move this one by one, if I move this by left, or if I move this rook by right, or if I move it down, so in that case you can see that it will not collide, because in that case what is happening, there is still one space left, right? What does that mean? So if let's suppose this rook comes here, so in that case it is not sharing any, if this rook instead of here it comes here, so it is not sharing any particular row or column with the other rook that is occupied. So if the n value is 3, so I can keep 2 rooks, right? If the n value is 3, so I can keep 2 rooks. Now let's discuss what we'll do in the case when n is equal to 4. So if n is equal to 4, so let me draw this case. This will look something like this. Perfect. So in this case, what you can see, observe is, you will be having one rook here, then you will all the rows, this row, particular row, all of them will be dot, this particular column, all of them will be dot. You will not keep anything here as well, right? What you can do is you can keep an rook here. Why? Because like it is just an extension of 3 cross 3 board. Now can we keep a rook here? No, we cannot keep a rook here. Why? Because we need to keep a dot here, because in that case if we keep a rook here, so the second rook that we are having, the third rook will collide or will get beaten by the second rook, right? So in this case, if n is equal to 4 as well, so for a 4 cross 4 chessboard, you can see that only 2 rooks are possible. 2 rooks are possible, right? And you can keep it at other positions as well, but I am trying to build a pattern on this, right? Now let's suppose that if my n value was 5, so if my n value was 5, so in that case what would happen? If n value was 5, so 1, then 2, 3, and then 4, right? Let me draw it like this. If it looks something like this, like a 5 grid, something like this, in that case it's just an extension. What will happen? R will be here, right? All of them others will be dot, so you keep all of them as dot, right? After that, as discussed earlier as well, like you keep all these as dots as well, and you keep an R here, you keep a R here. Why do you keep a R here? Because if you keep a distance of 2 between them, so if it moves up or if it moves towards the left, or this moves right or down, so in that case there will be no collision possible, right? So you keep all these as dots, because same row and same column. Again you keep this as dot, and then after that you keep 1 R here, and you keep this and this as dot. Now if you keep 1 R here in this case, so you can easily observe that you won't be able to do that, right? Like 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now in this case you can see that there are 3 rooks possible, right? There are 3 rooks possible, because now further no rooks will be possible. So if n is equal to 5, so I can see that there are 3 rooks possible, because you can try that, you can try to see all the combinations, and no rook will be beating each other if they move towards the up, down, or left or right direction, whichever is feasible. If they are moving, if it is possible to move in that direction, so you can observe that they will not be beating each other. Why? Because there is a gap of 2 at least, right? So that is why if n is equal to 5, so I have 3 rooks possible, right? So let me try and see what the pattern is there that we are getting. If n is equal to 1, then there is one rook possible, right? If n is equal to 2, then I can say that again there is one rook possible only. If n is equal to 3, then what? Then I could say that there are two rooks possible, right? Two rooks possible. You can see I have explained it earlier. If n is equal to 4 also, then there are only two rooks possible, right? If n is equal to 5, then we saw just here that there were three rooks possible, right? Three rooks possible. And similarly, you can check for n is equal to 6. If n is equal to 6 as well, there will be only three rooks possible. You can check that out as well. So now the question comes that once you are done with this much part, so how will you decide that whether or not it is working or not, right? 1 2 3 4 5, right? Yeah, whether or not it is working or not. So in this case, one thing that you can surely observe very clearly is that if my n is whatever, so my number of rooks at max that I can keep such that even after some movements in the adjacent cells, that is top, down, left or right, even after that, the maximum number of rooks that I can keep is nothing but n plus 1 by 2, because if n is 1, then n plus 1 by 2 will give me 1. If n is 3, then n plus 1 by 2, that is 4 by 2, will give me 2. If n is 4, then 5 by 2, that is 4 plus 1, that is 5 by 2, that will give me 2. So in this case, this formula will work, right? So at max, if k rooks are given to me, right? So I can check if my k value is greater than n plus 1 by 2, then I will simply return -1, because it will indicate that making such a board is not possible, because if there are more than n plus 1 by 2 rooks, then I can never make the chessboard stable, right? This much part must be clear. Now the question is, how will you further approach it, or how will you fill the chessboard? Now other cases will be possible, right? So like I'm taking a case like this, let's say 3 cross 3 case. So in this case, first of all, what you will be doing is, first of all, you declare this matrix or chessboard. After that, you mark all of them as dot, right? All of them you mark as dot, indicating that there's nothing present currently, right? After that, what you do is you mark all the cells which are odd, like 1 1 and 3 3, 5 5, something like this, like diagonally, but taking two gaps. Like you put one R here and you put another R here, and you can observe that there is no collision possible. Like in this case, if I make it, let's say 4 cross 4, that is 1 2 and 3 and 1 2 and 3, right? Something like this. So in this case, you can easily observe that what will happen, this will be R and this will be another R, right? All the others will be dots, right? If n is equal to 4. And if I further extend this like this, let's say I add another dimension to it, so this becomes what? Let me count it. So this is 1 2 1 2 yeah, right. So it is 5 cross 5 now. 1 2 3, let's say this is 5 cross 5, right? This is nothing but 5 cross 5. Of course, the it doesn't look like a chessboard, but assume that it is, because 1 2 3 4 5, right? So now further in this question, you can see that one R will be placed here, right? So you place all these R's at 1 comma 1, 3 comma 3, 5 comma 5, and things like that. In that way, what you will be observing is you keep all the rooks like this and they will never collide. So this is the implementation that you can do. Let me show you the code part for this problem, like how I have done it in the contest. So what I did was, first of all, I took n and k as an input. Once I took n and k as an input, then if my k was greater than z, that is, if my k was greater than n plus 1 by 2, in that case I'll simply print -1, because it will not be possible, right? After that, I declare a chessboard of n plus 1, because I had to take one based indexing. And what I did was, I initialized the complete chessboard, that is initialize it to dot, indicating that currently there is no rook possible. After that, I took a variable, that is x, initializing it to 1. Why? Because initially I'll be taking 1 comma 1, right? I'll be taking the cell 1 comma 1, then I'll be moving to 3 comma 3, right? So x will be changing by 2. So what I'll be doing is, I'll be initializing, I'll be putting the rooks on the cells x comma x, right? X comma x, and each time I'll keep on updating x by 2. So initially it will be kept at 1 comma 1, right? Initially it will be kept at 1 comma 1. Now next up, it will be when one rook is done, so that is whatever is the k number of rooks, so all the rooks I'll be keeping. I come to the first rook and I put at that x comma x, I put r. After that, I increment it by 2, so x plus is equal to 2. And what I do, what is the next rook that will be there? That is 3 comma 3, right? In this way, I'll be keeping on putting them. And once I'm done with this part, so I'll I'll be simply printing the chessboard after that, after putting all the k rooks that had to be put on the chessboard to make it stable. And in this way I'll be doing this question. So this question might seem a little bit tricky to a beginner, but believe me, when you get such questions, the thing is that don't get worried by looking at the problem statements. Just try to dry run and try to see what is the pattern that you can observe. Like try to make for case like we did, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, 4 and 5, and you will get some pattern, and then you will be able to write the code for it. So thanks a lot everyone for watching this video. In case if you have any doubt with this problem, so make sure to mention that in the comments and I'll be looking into your doubts. And if you had any other approach, like any other approach of putting the rook, so you can mention that in the comments. I would love to know your approach as well. And make sure to subscribe the channel. Thanks a lot.